Now let's go to Russia. Well, we understand apparently some 300 Ghanaian students who are on bursaries from the government of Ghana are said to be stranded. We want to speak to one of the students, and Doji Desmond is on the line. Good morning to you, Desmond.
Good morning.
So
thanks for having me.
Where in Russia are you?
I'm in Tumen in Siberia.
You're in Siberia?
Yes, please.
Wow. And you were expecting how much, and why hasn't it come?
Well, for the past moving on to 7 months, stipends that have been promised students on government scholarship here have not been received. Coming into the amount, it depends on the students because we have undergraduate students and postgraduate students. And also we have students who have currently graduated, and meaning there will be additional shipping allowance for them. So we would not like to go into the mathematics of what an individual is supposed to get because it differs.
And I want to know how many of your students have been affected or are said to be stranded.
Well, currently we have about 320 students on scholarship. And as I speak now, I think all students have been affected because for the past 6 months, no stipend has been received. As to how students are living, it's difficult to say.
How long have you been in Siberia or Russia? Oh, we seem to have lost him. Well, it's a great conversation. We want to have it. And so, we'll try to reestablish that stream, and then we'll speak to Desmond Doji, who is a student in one of the institutions in Russia. And we're told that 320 of them are currently not receiving their stipend. They haven't received that between 6 and 7 months now. And so we would want to establish how come they haven't and what efforts that are being made to make sure that they get their bursaries. Desmond, how long have you been in Russia, Desmond?
I've been in Russia for the past 5 years.
Okay, so this is not unusual if you have your bursaries or your stipends delaying, is it?
Well, I would say for a fact it's not usual, but for the past year, the situation has intensified. It used to be 2 months of delay, but here we are going into the 7th month without any stipend.
Okay, but you should know that there's been a transition of government, so sometimes they're trying to do auditing and look at that. So it's not a bit unusual, don't you think?
Well, I know people argue the same way you are saying, which is a bit reasonable. But the point is we have stakeholders involved in this scholarship, and we believe that institutions continue to function even when there is change of government. That's not the first time we have a change of government, so we are expecting that for at least a delay in 3 months, students have been patient, but we are going into the 7th month without stipends. And the situation has intensified. The highlight of it is that current graduates don't have money to go home because no stipends have been paid. Some of them have their visas expiring on the 31st of July. The best that can happen to them, that after the 31st, they'll be ransacked on the streets of Russia and sent to filthy deportation camps. We don't know what will happen. And it's a really serious issue, and we are calling upon the stakeholders to intervene.
Right. Have you been in contact with perhaps the offices that are supposed to be responsible for making sure you get your bursaries?
Yes, please. We wouldn't have been talking to you if we haven't made the necessary diplomatic contacts to the various stakeholders. The point is we went through those steps for the past 2 months trying to get in contact with them, but the stories keep changing anytime we contact them. I quite remember executives made us aware about a month ago that the money had been released and sent to us, but it's a month and we've not received the money. The story have now changed at all. If the money is not sent, then the consulate here in Russia will try to settle the situation. But the information from the consulate is that there is no money for such deals, and then there is no hope for us.
So in what's the quantum we're talking about now for all you 320 students?
Quantum in terms of money?
Yes, each of you.
Like I told you earlier on, it depends on the student and how much he's supposed to pay. So I can't give you an exact figure about how much is supposed to be sent.
All right.
For disbursement.
Well, we'll try and be on this case and constantly speak to you each morning and try to get the way you're coping, and also, well, speak to authorities at the Scholarship Secretariat and see whether they can do something about the subject.